Oh, welcome back to another episode of Boomer Baseball. So this is the 86 Donruss set. This was a pretty hot set back in the good old days. If you're as old as I am, I was born in 77, so I'm an old timer. But if you were around my time period, let's scoot back now here. Let's say it's paying out. There we go. You know that this is the Canseco set. Jose Canseco at one point ruled the world. His rated rookie was like the hottest card in baseball. And this product, where I lived in Southern California, out in the high desert, there was no distributors for Donruss. We never saw them. I only saw tops at the supermarkets like Vaughn's or Ralph's or Albertsons or Safeway or what they had back then. Yeah, I think it's Safeway, yeah. And then if you went to like liquor stores or like small convenient gas stations and stuff, you'd find Fleer. But never saw Donruss. So anywho's. This is a Donruss factory sealed set, or factory set sealed. So we are gonna open up these little bricks and see what's doing. I'm gonna try to, I should probably try to figure out if these are in order. It looks like they're not in order. Let's go 4, 5, 6, 270, 440, high 300s. Lower 300s, 160s, 111. This will be number 1. Card number 1. Look at that. Is it card number 1 or I don't know if that's just we'll get to that. 56 and 221. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Sorry, it's in the way. Boom, boom, bamboozle. All right, that's in chronological order there. And then I'm not sure if which packet this is, but this is definitely the first packet. It's card number 56. So let's get the earpods out of the way. And let's look and see here. Okay. Flip that open. There we go. Okay, push that back. Cool. I don't know about you, but this stuff was hard to come by, for sure. I bought a box of this before the pandemic, probably like 2 or 3 years before the pandemic when I got back into cards, baseball cards at least. And it cost about $80 for a box back then, a wax box of 86 Donruss. And I opened the whole thing, and I did not manage to pull one Canseco. Not that it matters. I mean, I have it graded, but I wanted to have the pleasure of pulling one from a pack. But that wasn't in the cards that day, literally. I did not get one. I did get 2 Fred McGriffs, so that was nice, and a Danny Tartable, and an Andres Galarraga, so that was good. All right, so you start off with the Hank Aaron with the Atlanta Braves outfit when he broke Babe Ruth's home run record. Pretty cool. All right, Billy Doran, 110. Okay, well, we'll just go from here. I don't know what to do else. Willie McGee, Brian Downing, Ray Burris, Jack Dempsey, Jack Morris, Jerry Roos, Ron Guidry, Brett Butler, Alfredo Griffin, second year Brett Saberhagen, hold on to that, Pete O'Brien, Gary Ward, Fitzgerald, Davis, Danny Jackson. Let's see where we at. 90s. I'm looking at the database here for rookies. I like to pull out the rookies, even if they're no-namers. I like to look them up and just see who they were, see how they panned out, and just kind of check out their backstory a little bit. Willie Randolph looking like he's about to get tagged. It's just a perspective issue, but Bob Stanley, Chet Lemon, Deion James, Eddie Murray, Andre Dawson. Oh, here, let's show that off a little bit. Nice, Andre Dawson. Nice, Eddie Murray. Daryl Boston. Notice we're getting a line running right here, right through there. There's another one running right through there. Jerry Mumphrey, Tommy Hurd, John Russell, McReynolds, Leonard. Another one, look at that. Another one of those lines. Rick Mailer. Oh, Doc Gooden. Well, that looks good. Lloyd, oop, Puckett, look at that. Kirby Puckett, nice. George Bell, Kent Herbeck. Alvin Davis. His third year. That's not his rookie, is it? No. Are we missing some people here? No, I guess not. In the 70s, no. All right, we're good. Gary Carter, Hall of Famer. Wow, there's the Rhino. I think somebody commented on this before. Is that the ball? Did that hop a skip and go over his head? Or is that somebody behind him and he's about to play the ball? You know what? I'm going to give Rhino the benefit of the doubt here. I think that's somebody blurred out in the background there. Another great player, Del Murphy. Chili Davis, Tony Pena, Steve Garvey, Pete Rose. Dang, Mike Schmidt. My goodness. Jose Cruz. Man, Ozzie Smith. Look at all these all-stars in this. All Hall of Famers in this first batch. Doug DeSense and O.W. McDowell. That's O.W. McDowell's rookie. Willie McGee. All right, Willie McGee. I like Willie McGee. Even if he's, not worth a bunch of money or gets a bunch of respect, I still thought he was cool when I was young. I seen them play. All right, let's put these over here. Find that seam. There we go. Remember, cut away from yourself. Never cut towards yourself. Always, if the blade slips, go the other way, not towards you. I've seen so many people on baseball card videos, man, cutting towards themselves. If that blade slips, they're going to take a chunk. Anyway, second year Eric Davis. Where are we at? 163. Got a couple rookies coming up. Nobody big though. Let's see what. 161. Nope. I think Mike Gallego is the next big one. If you can call Mike Gallego's rookie card a big one, I will. Why not? I'll give the man some respect. Let's see. Bill Buckner. Golly. That white stance come to haunt him. Ken Dixon. Dave Steve. Lee Smith. Hall of Famer. Let's see. 150. I skipped a rookie. Chris Patero. Well, I'll look into it, see what he's up to. It's always nice, even though they're common players or they're, rookies who never hit their potential. It's still nice to put them in the set if you're going to put them in a binder, if you have the space for it or the interest. If they were like top prospects or they played, 5-10 years in the game, it's a sign of the times, kind of part of the history, At least that's how I feel about it. And it makes it more interesting for me. Because as a kid, I never paid attention to any of the middling players, really. Unless it was like from one of my local teams that I watched. Schofield Law, Carney Lansford, Tap Paddler, little Tap Paddler. Marnie, all right, Ken Griffey. There's Molitor, Noyce. Ron Robinson, Tony Fernandez, Mark Langston, second year, right? Steve Trout, 117. Nope. George Foster, Jim Gantner, David Green, Marvell Wynn. Oh, that's a nice Tony Gwynn. There we go. And Chakilvy. Alrighty. Third packet down here. Let's take a look-see. Alright. It's kind of nice these are all cellophane wrapped. They look pretty darn clean. I did buy that wax box, and like I said, I didn't get a Canseco. There's a lot. I don't think I got a Puckett either. Alright, I'm just going to put this trash on the floor for now. It's too staticky. There's quite a bit of cards I missed from the set. Julio Franco had a great career. Fernando Valenzuela had a good career. Jim Rice had a great career. Cal Ripken, golly, that's sharp, man. Jeez, these cards are clean. So that's what I was going to say. The cards that I opened in the packs, they weren't that clean. They had condition issues. There's Ozzie Guillen's rookie. Terry Pendleton's rookie card, right? Is that Terry Pendleton's rookie card, or am I hallucinating? I am hallucinating, right? 205. Oh, no, I'm tripping. Never mind, sorry. Dave Parker. Bother. Some heavy-duty baseball content in the background here. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see what we got. Ron Say. Darryl Strawberry. Anyways, the cards that I opened in that box, they weren't in the best condition. It was a beautiful box. It was a BBCE baseball card exchange box. That's why I bought it, because I didn't want no search crap. I mean, I'm not a kid anymore. I don't need to buy search cards from people. Keith Hernandez. So I bought Rick Sutcliffe. I like him. Bought the BBCE box of 86 Goose and Steve Carlton. And the cards weren't great. There's the Vince Coleman likes to throw dynamite at kids and blow their eyes out. Let's see what else we got. Larry Parrish, Tim Raines, Pedro Guerrero. Look at Donnie Baseball without a mustache. It's like Dad comes out of the bathroom and he's shaved. And then you grab like a broom and try to hit him because you don't know who he is. Oh, look at Roger. Golly, guys, these are clean. I don't know if you can see that. But that is sharp as sharp, man. I don't want to think about grading stuff. This ain't for grading. But boy, that Clemens is sharp. I mean, that's color all the way to the edge. Alan Trammell. Jack Clark. Moreland. Roden. Yeah, that's pretty nice, man. Look at this. Let's see if we can get that. I mean, it's got no touches at all. All four of those corners are dead sharp, man. Actually, this bottom right corner looks like it's got a little boo-boo. Still clean though. I don't know if it's gradable. I'm not even worried about that kind of stuff. But you know, if you see a card and it's, you know, sometimes with these factory sets, you'll get one or two cards that are just cherry. Now, I can guarantee none of these are cherry. I don't know if you can see this, but this stack got junked. Let's hope nobody good's in here. This one got bumped. Somebody at some point took it out and rammed it on. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. They busted it up. Let's see who else is in here. Boy, Sammy Stewart, man. What a visage. Oh, Nolan Ryan. There we go. That's nice. Oh, he's bumped. Yeah, see the... I don't know if you can see that corner down there. This bottom corner here is nice and bumped. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Some gets like really jacked up. Dwight Evans, good player. Winfield, good player. Fred Lynn, Concepcion, Eckersley. That's one heck of a butt pose. Eric Xiao. Raleigh Fingers. Raleigh Fingers looking like Salvador Dali. Lee Lacy. Willie Hernandez. Second year Oral Hershiser are all whooped up. Joe Carter, second year, all whooped up. I hope that's the only stack that got smacked, man. That stack was bummer, man. The corner was all busted. I mean, I'm shocked they're in this good a condition, frankly. Here we go. Zoop. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, so basically, if you haven't seen my videos where I said this a million times, I collected back in the old days and checked out somewhere like in 92, 93 with all cards. But baseball, I kind of stopped looking at around 90, 91, 92, somewhere around there. I still collected hockey for like a year or so, but got back into it probably like 5-6 years before the pandemic. And it has been a fun way to pass the time and enjoy the hobby and the sport. It's been really fun. I started off collecting graded stuff, old graded stuff, Hank Aaron's, Willie Mays's, all them fellers from back in the good old days that I never had in good condition. And that gets boring after a while because you can't really cuddle them. They go in, they're slabbed. They go into a slab, slip case, and then they go into a safe or a locker somewhere. And you don't play with them, you don't see them. They just sit there and they collect, no light, no dust. They just sit there because they're, expensive. You don't want them sitting around. So I kind of got jonesing for opening wax. So I started buying wax and then putting together like an old school set. Using one touches for rookies, like the rookies I like that are important, and then using binders for the rest of the clowns, putting together sets, just enjoying it, just having a good time with the game again. I mean, I watch baseball on occasion, but I don't really like the newer style of gameplay. Get off my lawn, I'm an old man. I like it the way it was. No, I like baseball. I prefer the old school stuff. Like I said before, I like to look at things in retrospect and be able to see around, see the history of everything. And Darrell Evans, I just heard a documentary about Darrell Evans and how whoop-ass he was, even though he didn't get any kind of respect, especially for the Hall of Fame. But yeah, it's kind of fun just handling raw cards, not tripping about condition, But again, Teddy Higuera, rookie. But if you get I think I'm skipping over some rookies. I don't think anybody's important, but I'll go back and pull them later, see if they qualify to go in my binder. I'm trying to collate like all the sets going back. And, even if they're not like super rare cards, I want to include them if they're rookies just for funsies. That was like a sign of the times, at the time they were prospects and they might have been hot or important. Sometimes, you look at some of these common players and they played for a decade. They played for, 10, 12 years, whatever it is. And Honestly, some of that's just the way it is. I mean, not everybody can be Mickey Mantle or, you know, somebody big. I mean, these guys are part of the game. You know, they're bit players in the big game of life there, you know. So it's kind of interesting to look at their history and their accomplishments, even if it's not, even if they're not really worth a lot of money. It's just fun for me, just like as a history buff. Anyway. Let's see. Bro, they stocked that first bundle with all the Hall of Famers, and this one was slim pickings. There wasn't that much in that one. All right, let's get to this next one. Oh, there we go. All right. Frank Tanana. Tanana. John Franco. Roy Smalley. I don't know why I'm thinking that's Harold Reynolds. I used to like his, when he was like a sportscaster or broadcaster, when he did like Baseball Tonight or whatever. Lenny Dykstra, is that his rookie? I don't know. Lenny Dykstra is kind of a delinquent, but his old stories on Howard Stern were fun. He told some fun body tales. I think Darryl Dalton's rookie card, right? Craig Nettles. Some of these I'll go back through and maybe pull later, but I don't want to do an hour-long video like my last one. I opened 81 Fleer box or factory set, and oh my god, it took forever. Denny Martinez. Golly, yeah. Pretty slim pickings, those last two stacks. Not a lot of heroes there. We're down to 4 more stacks. 4 more stacks. We're into 22 minutes. I think we should be done by 30 after. Oh man, static electricity. Staticky. All right. Let's see what we got. Sorry. Sometimes I forget I'm recording. Yep. Man. Billy Joe Robideau. Cool name. Hey, look, Cecil Fielder. Nice. That's his rookie. Vita Blue. All right. 3 more bundles to go. This one's kind of loose in the back. I don't want to tug on it. There we go. Nice. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that. Something's wrong. Something's going on here. What happened? Maybe we missed somebody. 603, 601. I think we lost 602. Who the heck is 602? Hopefully it's nobody important. They shorted us a card. Okay. Nobody special. Joe Necro. I don't know. Why am I keeping Joe Necro? It's Phil Necro who did all the work, right? I don't know. I don't know if they were both... Were they both Hall of Famers or just one of them? I can't recall. I'll have to look it up. Oh, there's Phil. We'll figure it out. Tim Leary. Boy. Bereft of goodies. Well, holy mackerel. Where are the goodies? One of these stacks is going to have all the goodies, right? Like all the rated rookies and such. Let's hope so. Got one more after this. With the Diamond Kings. Diamond King checklist. What? Pete Rose Diamond King. Okay. Fleet Feet. Golly. Willie McGee, he pulled a lot of faces, man. It always looked like the sun was in his eyes. I don't know what's up with that. Burt Blyleven. Jesse Orozco had a great career. There's Phil and Joe. Phil and Joe. There's Pete Rose doing this thing, breaking records. All right. Well, I hope all the goodies are in the next one. There's Roger McDowell's rookie. I do believe. What number is that? 629. Let me just look this database here. See what they say. They say yes. Good. Good for them. They agree. Dave Stewart. Actually looking fairly normal. Not mad dogging nobody. Don Sutton. He's a Hall of Famer. Tom Seaver. He's a Hall of Famer. All right, guys. This is going to be for all the beans. Hopefully this has got the goodies. Otherwise, something ain't right. All right, let's see if we can get underneath the cellophane. There we go. That ain't gonna work. There we go. All right, here we go. We're going in. Where are the rated rookies? There's Brett having a rough time. This is what I look like right now. I'm wondering where my Canseco is. There's Ricky, thank God. Look at that. Oil Can Boyd. They don't call him Dennis, he's called the Oil Can. There's Sweet Lou Whitaker. Robin Yount. Oh, here we go. All right, we're in business. Here we go, fellas and ladies and everyone else. Bob Kipper. Todd Worrell. Whoa. Rick Sherhoff. I wonder if he's related to BJ Sherhoff. Is that Surhoff? That's different. Lance McCullers. There she is. That'll go in my one-touch collection of rookies. And it's really off-center. But that's okay. Jose Canseco. Used to be $100 card. Used to be $100. He was at a local card show with him and Doc Gooden. I got to see Doc Gooden. I went there to look around. I wasn't there for autographs. And Doc Gooden was walking around in a tracksuit, and nobody knew who he was. And I gave him. I was aware of him when he walked down the hall, and I gave him a "Hey, how you doing?" kind of nod, but I didn't out him in front of everybody, which I think he appreciated. He just got to walk around. Nobody recognized him. He was just a tall older guy. Danny Tartable. But it would have been interesting to get like Canseco's autograph or something, but I've seen pictures of them signing autographs, and they stare at the table. They don't talk to you. It's just kind of impersonal. I don't really care that much about, them as people, so I'm not interested. Oh, let's go back. Danny Tartable. Paul O'Neill. He had a nice career. Mark McLemore, he was cool. There's Andres Galarraga. That's the corrected one. There's an error on a Galarraga. I think this isn't the error, is it? I don't think so. I don't think it is. Let's just check. Why spread rumors? Yeah, this is the corrected one with the hyphen over the E. The error does not have the hyphen, which is funny because the front of the card doesn't have the hyphen either on both the corrected and the error. So I don't know. Taigini, Jose Guzman, Corey Snyder, and Fred the Crime Dog McGriff. Cal Daniels. I didn't get one of those in my box either. Speaking of Doc Gooden, Dawson, Braniansky, Guzman, Ayler, Ward, Ray, Hershiser, second year, Willie Randolph. Well, you know what? I have a hard time with these. I just find the drawings to be a little bit rough. I mean, look at Brett Butler, man. They're not that flattering. Look at Brett Saberhagen. What the hell's going on? Looks like he's punching himself in the cheek. What's this? I don't get it. Bill Doran, David Lopes, Boddicker, Cooper, Willie McGee. Actually looks more handsome drawn than he does. There's Goose looking cool, and Kurt Gibson. That's it. That's 86 Donruss. That's pretty fun. So I'm going to put these in my forever collection, and that'll be fun. I'll put some of these rookies that are nice, just a couple of them, and some one-touches, and maybe later I'll share my binders and my one-touch collections, all my rookies. Thank you very much for hanging out. That's 86 Donruss. Have a good one.